Happy New Year! Tuesday, January the 5th. What a good day it is. Welcome to all of our Alan J. Prep scholars. We've got a lot going on today. So some of you are checking back into morning meeting for the first time since in December. Others of you are actually on campus today. Some of our fifth graders, about 75 of them actually, are on campus today. They've already come through the checkpoint stations and are now in classrooms viewing this leadership lesson. So let me just say a big welcome and Happy New Year to all of our scholars. We're so excited about the new year and excited about the things to come. Hey, I've got a lot to do today, so the leadership lesson is kind of brief, and then I've got some announcements and just reminders that I want to share with each one of you. I do want to just introduce you to a character, though, because this year we're doing a leadership series called Finding the Superhero Within. And we've hit all the, main superheroes. We've talked about Hulk, we've talked about Thor, we've talked about Captain America and Iron Man, Batman, Spider-Man, Wonder Woman, Black Panther. Man, we've talked about a lot of really great superheroes. Today, I'm going to introduce you to a character who I don't consider to be a superhero because he was a villain. The villain is normally the dude in the movie that is always antagonizing the superhero or trying to destroy the world, whatever it might be. But this villain has a really cool superpower, and I want you to think about how you can use this same power for good. So this guy's name is Purple Man. Now, Purple Man has what we call the power of persuasion. That's a lot of P's. But I'm going to talk to you a little bit about him and then talk about how you can be persuasive in your attempt to become a great leader. Here's a picture of Purple Man. You see he looks a little bit like dark and sinister because, like I said, he's not a superhero. He was a super villain. But he showed up as a Marvel character in a 1964 comic. You see, he was an international spy, and he was sent on a mission, and during that mission, he is in a chemical factory, and a large amount of this chemical spills onto him, and as a result, it turns his hair purple, it turns his skin purple. I mean, he is the Purple Man. And he also figures out pretty quick that he can convince people of things, and they will believe him. He has this power of persuasion. So he's caught, he's captured. He gives this really weak alibi, which is like this excuse for why you were doing what you were doing. But because he was so persuasive, the enemy let him go. And so he realizes that this new purple power, if you will, gives off pheromones, which is like this scent that causes people to believe and to trust him, and whatever he says, they are willing to do. So that's a pretty strong power, but you can see in the image over here on the left-hand side of the screen, he uses that power of persuasion to kind of dangle people and get them to do what he wants them to do. So the idea of persuasion comes from the verb to persuade, and to persuade means you want to influence someone to take action or to believe something through what we call reason or debate. So we want to persuade people to believe and to do things that we believe are just and good and positive. You might have heard this word persuasion before if you ever in your English language arts class have talked about author's purpose, like the reason that an author would write a particular selection, poem, story, article. There's normally one of four purposes that an author might write something. The first one is to inform, to make sure that a reader understands what's going on. The second one could be to entertain. We read all kinds of Cat in the Hat books by Dr. Seuss. We talked about The Grinch a couple of weeks ago. That's purely for entertainment. It could be to describe something or to help the reader to understand all the characteristics. But this last one, this persuade, is a reason that an author would write something, the author's purpose. And again, this idea of persuade is to encourage others to believe something or to take some particular action. Now, the Purple Man, he used this power of persuasion to manipulate people. Not necessarily persuade in a positive way. He used like his power and his strength to get people to do things that would benefit him or that would help him achieve his goals or complete his master plan. That's what we're talking about. Being a great leader is not about manipulation. It's not about getting people to do things for you. Being a great leader is about persuading others to see what good is out there and how they can participate in action that would be good for them and good for others. I think about our leader's creed, and it talks about being on a mission to elevate myself but also my community and all of humanity. I can't do all that work by myself. So we have to persuade others to participate in what we consider to be good things. I like this quote. It's written by a young lady. Her name is Shiv Kiera, and her quote is about leadership. And she says that leadership is about persuasion, presentation, and people skills. That's a lot of P words right there. Persuasion, presentation, and people skills. So I want you to think about the people that you consider to be really great leaders. Aren't they good with people? Don't they present themselves very well? And don't they have like the power to persuade you to do what is right and to do what is good? I think about preachers. I think about teachers. I think about people that we hold in high esteem. They are persuading us through reason and logic. They have conversations with us. They share information well, and they have great people skills. So that's what I want to encourage each one of you to think about in the days ahead, about how you can be a leader who is persuasive in encouraging others to do good things. Hey, we had a couple of days in December before we went out for our winter break, and didn't really add a whole lot of points for those 2 days. So if you look at our house points and our house total here, we're sitting at all zeros right now. This is the screen from Live School Today that shows how many house points each one of our houses as of right now, Tuesday morning, January the 5th, for this upcoming week. So I want to challenge you this week to think about how you can earn some major points. Now, we've got some kids in the building. There's some changes happening. For example, all those kids that are sitting in 5th grade classrooms today, we ask you to come back wearing SMOD. It's our standard mode of dress. And if you're in SMOD today, your teacher's going to give you 5 Scholar Dollar points. 5 points to your Live School account every single day just for being in SMOD. That's always something that we do just to encourage and reward kids that are participating in standard mode of dress. You know, we've got some kids that are absolutely killing it, man. Look at this slide of 5th grade kids. These 5th grade kids are like 400 Scholar Dollars and up for the year. I mean, Nico, man, 679. You got Caden and Keyshawn and Gabby. I mean, look at all those names. They are absolutely knocking it out of the park. You know, we got some 6th grade kids that are doing exactly the same thing. They are utilizing their strengths, their characteristics, their leadership skills to earn high numbers of points as well. Look at Zuri Baker, 637 Scholar Dollars, man. You're doing something right. Grace and Molly, Evander, Adam, man, those are some really good points. Let's take a look at 7th grade. I want you to see some of these leaders that are absolutely just crushing it in 7th grade. Max Nissen, man, 525 Scholar Dollars. You're rocking and rolling, my friend. Trinity Ratliff, Carson Laney, all the way down. I see David Bays, Hosea. You see your names up there. And, man, we've got some 8th grade leaders that are just absolutely phenomenal. Look at Deja Brooks and Misa and Devin and AJ and Jalen and Grace. Every single one of those kids has over 1,000 Scholar Dollars. How are they doing that? Well, they're participating at a very high level. Not only that, they are persuading others around them to do so. I actually saw AJ, or Antonio McCoy, I saw him lead a leadership rally for an 8th grade morning meeting. It was absolutely awesome. And he persuaded others to participate. I see some of our 6th grade kids leading the morning show, the way that they are just using their leadership skills, guys, to encourage others. That's what leadership's all about. Persuasion, presentation, and people skills. Guys, before we go, I want to share a couple of things with you. For our scholars that are already returning today, and for those that are coming in the weeks ahead, there's some things that I need you to know. Each and every day, we want you to bring what we call an attestation form to school with you. We'll print these and have hard copies available, but it's just a form that you turn in at the morning check-in station that just says, hey, I'm not sick, hadn't been around anybody that's got COVID. So we're going to take that form every day and check your temperature and then allow you to proceed on into school. I do need you to bring a water bottle, a full, clear water bottle with water in it. That's going to be your access to water throughout the day because our water fountains are currently not turned on. So be sure you bring that. Also, I want you to bring back all of your instructional materials. If you're returning to school, I want you to bring back that laptop that's from the school. The school-issued tablet needs to come back along with the charger. This is when you return to school. Also, your composition notebooks, your pencils, all the stuff that you need in order to be successful. I want to be sure that you're bringing that with you, okay? Now, for those of you that are staying remote, that's certainly well and good also. Our 6th, 7th, and 8th grade kids that are staying remote, you're going to continue on your regular schedule right now until your grade level comes back. And then you're going to start to follow that new remote schedule that we mailed you. And if you need a copy of it, just hit me up on Canvas or send me an email and I can certainly get that to you. So we're excited about returning to school. We're excited about the new year. And just look forward to seeing and working with each one of you. As we go today, I've got Leader's Creed on the screen here. You might want to just review that and reflect upon it. Think about how leadership is a decision that you make each and every day. And just like the purple man made a decision, he had strong power, but he made a decision to use it for his own personal gain and to manipulate others. You've got to choose to be a leader that is focused on excellence and helping other people achieve great things. All right, guys, I hope you have a fantastic week. I hope you're earning lots of points. The second quarter is coming to a close in just 9 school days. So be sure if you're missing any assignments, you're getting those turned in. We're going to be issuing blazers, which you see several of these young men and women wearing here on the screen. I'm excited to see some of our Allen J. Prep scholars be recognized with blazers as we close out the second quarter. Hope you have a fantastic week. To our 5th grade scholars that are in the building, welcome back.